Hi, thanks for being here. Let's talk. So, if this is not your first time here, I'm sure you've noticed one big difference from between this and my previous videos. Mainly, you can't see my face. It's an experiment, okay, guys? Bear with me. So, recently, if you've been following and you're subscribed, you'll know that I have started a podcast, right? And I'm trying to experiment and see, maybe play around with some graphics. I don't know what to call it, but I'm trying. Okay, we're gonna see how it works. We'll see if this works. If you've subscribed to the podcast, which if you haven't yet, please do. It's called Let's Talk with Ndapewoshali, and it's available on all platforms where you get your podcasts, right? So if you have subscribed, you'll realize that so far, all of the uploads or all of the episodes are based on previous videos that I had and that I'd converted the audio from video to audio, right? But now I'm trying to do something different. I'm trying to see if I can cross-pollinate, share some ideas. And so this is going to be a video that's a bit different from the usual that you're used to. Mainly you won't see me, but you can hear me, and I'll figure out what to put on the screen. Something cool, I hope. Right, so with that said, if this is your first time, welcome. Please do like, subscribe, and do all of the good things. Comment, Today we're talking about social media and your mental wellness or your mental health. This is something I wrote, or I jotted down some notes. I would like to pretend like I write full scripts for these videos, but I kind of just have notes and come and have a real conversation with you. I'm also trying to be very authentic and not have like scripted conversations, because that's always weird, right? Anywho, so this was meant to be for me. It's an important message anyway. So I'm gonna have a conversation with you. So let's talk about your mental health and social media. So I know a lot of people like struggle, and I've seen it a lot on the social media platforms. People actually they take breaks. Some people just close everything altogether, or they talk about how social media is impacting their mental health. And honestly, as somebody who has had the same experience to some extent, I thought it would be a good topic to cover, right? So my biggest thing is, I think the biggest hurdle that a lot of people struggle with is the social media facade, right? Life is perfect on social media. My goodness. If you think about LinkedIn, I've never opened a LinkedIn tab and not seen, I'm happy to announce, after so many years of looking for jobs or doing this or doing that, I've studied, and I'm, coming from this and that background, and I've achieved my goal. And it's not jealousy. I don't think it's fair to call it jealousy, because you are happy for the other person, but you feel inadequate. A lot of people feel inadequate because social media, everything is perfect. It's LinkedIn, it's Instagram. Everybody's life is perfect on Instagram, and I don't really know how to navigate that, even myself, because in as much as I try to be authentic, I'm not gonna every time. Okay, let me put it this way: every time I see somebody on Instagram crying, you go live, oh, my life is falling apart, let me go live. It's so weird for me. It's so strange. So even though I try to be authentic on Instagram, I still find myself in situations or in a situation where I generally post when I'm in a good mood, or when something good is happening, or sometimes maybe something great isn't happening, but I'm not going to divulge to the internet, mind you. I'm not about to be on the internet saying, I'm just miserable and this is happening. It's weird for me. But I know people do it, and I think it is a form of release, but not most people do it, right? And so you're consuming social media through this facade, this filter of everything. Everybody's sort of doing well, and look at how beautiful their kids are, and look at how handsome their husband or wife or spouse or whatever is. And you start to wonder, and look at their degrees, they've graduated again, or they got a new job, and you're still stuck in your old job, and you're thinking, wow, is everybody happy but me, right? I think that's the biggest sort of hurdle when it comes to social media. Is you start to think, am I the problem? Is it me? Am I the one who's just miserable and everybody's doing well? But you don't also notice that when you are posting, you also don't generally post, just about your sadness and pain. So people also think you're doing so great. which leads me to a second thing, which is the toxic positivity. I think I need to get into a real conversation about toxic positivity, which might need more unpacking than today's episode, but we'll see, maybe in the future. The idea, right, that you're not allowed to be sad. So I spoke about how, people go on the internet and they start crying, and I'm like, what are you doing? It's a bit weird. But for me, it's just because I wouldn't. I don't know the internet. Like, I don't know these people. I don't know these are not my cousins. These are not my friends. Like, why am I crying to people I don't know? I wouldn't cry to people in the street. I wouldn't go to the mall and cry. Look, sometimes things are tough and you go to the mall and you cry. But I mean, generally, right? I don't put all of my my difficulties out there the same way I don't put all of my joys out there. It's like I do value my privacy, which is interesting because I have a YouTube channel and a blog. But regardless, I do value my privacy, right? And then I get back to a point where, because I digressed a little bit there, I get back to a point where I'm thinking everybody around me is happy, and I'm the problem. And number two, if you, in a lot of cases, do say, yo guys, I'm not fine, right? You're bombarded with like, no, you should be, and life is great, and all of these quotes about look at where you were. You prayed for the days that, you prayed for the things you have now, and it's not untrue. It is not untrue, and it's very true, and it's great. Please, let's continue to motivate one another. However, we need to be allowed to feel. I've seen a lot of, and even for myself, my own experiences where I tell somebody like, oh, I'm not fine, I'm not doing okay, and it's like, but you have so much to be grateful for, and this and that and this and this and this, and you're just like, okay, I do, and I'm not negating the fact that I have a lot to be grateful for, but I'm not okay, and I want to feel like it's okay to not be okay, to not have to live through a filter of perfection and happiness and joy all the time, and to not be called ungrateful for it, So I think that's the biggest question mark I have about social media and its toxic positivity, but that's a very deep rabbit hole that I'm not going to get into today. So in the interest of time, I'm going to try and I jotted down a few things that I do, and I hope that they'll help you, because, that's the whole point of this. I started with a blog and then the YouTube channel, and now this podcast, is that through my flawed life experiences and through my just trying to get by, I learned a lot of lessons, and I hope that maybe sharing them with somebody will help you not have to reinvent the wheel, or not have to experience things the same way I have, so that you can deal with other things, and at least not these ones. At least you have the tools to deal with these ones, and then you can figure out other things that I have not experienced, right? Cool. So here's some tips. Number one, declutter. So I have like a okay social media following, because I'm not a celebrity, but more people follow me than I follow, and that is not because I'm vain. And I know people like, oh, you think you're too good to follow people. No, it's because it's too much for me. You're consuming everybody's life. The people that you follow, you're consuming their lives, right? You're consuming everything that they're posting. And for me, sometimes it becomes too much. So if you're listening to this and you maybe follow me on Instagram and I don't follow back, it's not because I think I'm too good, or I think I'm better than you, or whatever. It's because maybe I don't know you, right? And we've never met. And I really don't know if I can handle watching you eat a fruit salad. We post such random things on social media, and it becomes like clutter. And not in that what you're posting is not important or not fun, but I don't know you. It's the same reason I don't follow celebrities. I don't, because I don't know them. They're not my cousins. I know there are people who actually follow celebrity pages, and I have nothing against following celebrity pages, but why? I think I follow the Shade Room, because it's got a lot of news and gossip, but it's got a lot of news relating to Black people in America, which is always interesting. But I don't follow a celebrity, because I follow people that I know and that I interact with, and I'm interested in your cute babies, and oh, you guys went on vacation, and I'm like, yes, my friend, yes, wear that swimming costume, girl. And I don't know if I can, not I don't know, I have quickly realized that, and that this is from Facebook already, before the times of like Instagram and following people back and stuff like that, when I just wouldn't accept friend requests from people I don't know, because I don't know, I guess I'm a bit more private than I initially realized, but also I can only consume so much. And it's for the same reason I also, like, you know, I don't listen to the radio all the time, on the hour, listening to every news article. I don't watch the news on TV. I watch it when I'm ready to consume. I'll go on YouTube, or I'll go into the respective news TV, you know, station, and then like, okay, I'm ready to see what's happening. Well, I'll buy the newspaper and I'll read it when I'm ready. But on social media, just when you log in, it's just anything. And if you don't know the people that you're following, sometimes it's just things that are not good for you. They're not good for your mental health. And unfortunately, yeah. And that segues me into the next point, which is follow positive pages that make you feel happy. Like I follow, if you follow me, you know that I'm here for the hedgehogs, the puppies, and the kittens. In fact, any baby or any cute animal, I am within. That is my content. That is what I'm consuming because I like it. And of course, my friends and family, but I like it. And it makes me feel nice. I like seeing puppies doing ridiculous things. I like seeing hedgehogs running across the room with their teeny weeny legs. Like, it makes me happy. And I try very much for the content I share on social media to also be that which is, I mean, look, I'm not far removed from a selfie or like a mirror selfie. Hello. If there's a mirror, there's a selfie. But I try to post like positivity. I try to share the stuff that I share on my platforms, like on YouTube, on my blog, on my podcast. I try that whoever's consuming what I'm giving is useful to them, and selfies. But yeah, so follow pages that make you happy. Follow pages that must inspire you and motivate you, and they motivate you without like the toxic positivity of like every day it's just about how, you know, you need to get up and fight, and like you need to just okay. So find a balance. If it's positive, make sure it doesn't make you feel like you're less than. Like, oh my gosh, the fact that I didn't wake up today and I'm not like, I woke up today and I'm not feeling like perfect, and I need to get my goals, and 5 a.m. club, and like while you sleep we work. Like, I don't know, it's not for me. I guess for some people that motivates them, but for me it just makes me feel like, yo guys, can we rest? It's Saturday, can we nap? It's Sunday, can I take a nap and not feel guilty about it? So with that, linked into that is follow honest people. I try to be very honest, and I think a lot of people do try to be very honest about who they are. The facades, I mean, you've seen them. I'm sure we've all watched the Tinder swindler. We've all seen these like lifestyles that are not honest, whether it be in a romantic setting or in a financial setting or whatever, academic setting, and you're just like, oh, this doesn't look legit, and just, you're allowed to unfollow, okay, or mute. Linked to muting, turn off your notifications. Like I turned off all my social media notifications, my work email notifications a couple of years ago, and I never looked back. I have never had so much peace in my life. My phone doesn't buzz. It buzzes if you ring, if you call me, or I think my WhatsApp is on. Yeah, my WhatsApp is on, because I think the rest, that's it. That's the only notification I have. I turned off my emails. I've turned off everything. Unless I'm particularly waiting for something, then sometimes I'll temporarily switch them back on. But I don't have a constant buzzing from every single social media platform under the sun, sort of, just keeping me on edge. If necessary, and this happens, I do this a lot when I'm overwhelmed. Like I've obviously been studying and working at the same time for a long time. For most of my career, I've been studying and working. So sometimes it's just I work in a really demanding job and I get tired, and then I have work, I have school, and then I don't have time for social media, and then it sometimes also distracts me. So instead of studying, I'm going to procrastinate going through Instagram and like watching puppy videos for 3 hours on end when I have to be working. So I take breaks when necessary. Sometimes I just take breaks because I'm overwhelmed and I don't need to be on social media sort of consuming more things when I'm supposed to be consuming at least let me finish my work, let me write my exams, let me finish this project or this report, and then I can come back. So yeah, let go of that imposter syndrome. You need to spend time with yourself, learn to love yourself, and learn to love everything that you've achieved. And as I said, you did pray for the things that you have now. Yeah, so don't undermine it. But sometimes that quiet helps you remember that, as opposed to continuously consuming things that make you either feel like you're inadequate or less than way. But then, of course, that means me, as per usual, saying, go get some therapy, child. So yeah, go outside, take a walk, and breathe. And yeah, I think that's it for today. These are my social media hacks. This is what I do. I hope you found it useful. Like, subscribe, get onto the podcast. I'm on the podcast. I'm out there and I'm here. And let me know what you think about this video. Let me know if it worked for you or if it didn't. Let me know if you want to see my face. I think I'll continue with, like, especially if I have conversations or interviews with friends or family or people, that I think would add to this platform. Then, of course, definitely we'll have some videos. But yeah, tell me what you think. And yeah, thanks for being here, and I'll see you soon. Or I'll talk to you soon.